What if the most accurate psychic in American history could only see the future while asleep? This wasn't a stage magician. This wasn't a fortune teller with a crystal ball. This was Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, and he might be one of the strangest figures of the 20th century. Imagine this. A man lies down, closes his eyes, falls into a deep trance. Then, suddenly, he begins speaking calmly, precisely, confidently. He talks about diseases he's never studied, ancient civilizations lost under the ocean, global wars that haven't started yet, economic crashes no one sees coming. And when he wakes up, he remembers nothing. From childhood, Cayce was different. He claimed to have vivid dreams, visions, and the ability to memorize entire textbooks by sleeping on them. Sounds impossible, but what happened next made him famous. Between 1901 and 1945, Cayce gave over 14,000 recorded readings. While in a self-induced trance, most were medical, he diagnosed illnesses from miles away, suggested treatments long before holistic healing became mainstream. Plant-based diets, meditation, stress reduction. This was the 1920s. But then came the predictions, and this is where things get uncomfortable. In the 1920s, he warned of a massive financial collapse. Hard times, lost fortunes, great disturbance in financial circles. Years later, the Great Depression. In 1935, he described nations forming alliances. Germans, Austrians, Japanese. For years later, World War II. Coincidence? Maybe. But then came something stranger. In 1938, Cayce said remnants of Atlantis would be discovered near Bimini. Around 1968 or 1969. In 1968, divers found a mysterious Bimini Road, a massive underwater stone formation near the Bahamas. Natural rock formation? Or something older? Debate continues. He even predicted aspects of China's future rise, saying it would awaken and become central to the world stage. Decades later, here we are. But not all of his predictions were perfect. Some were symbolic, some vague, some never happened, which makes the accurate ones even more fascinating. Cayce claimed he wasn't psychic in the traditional sense. While asleep, he said he accessed something called the Akashic Records. Think of it as a cosmic database, a universal archive containing every thought, action, and event, past, present, and future. A spiritual internet, decades before the internet existed. Skeptics called it nonsense, cold reading, lucky guesses. And to be fair, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. But here's what makes Cayce different. He never charged for readings, never built a cult, never claimed personal power. He insisted he was just a channel. In 1945, exhausted from giving too many readings, Cayce made one final prediction. He said he would be buried in 4 days. 2 days later, he died from stroke. Today, his work is preserved by the Association for Research and Enlightenment in Virginia Beach. Researchers still analyze his transcripts. Some see coincidence. Some see intuition. Some see something we don't yet understand. Maybe he was tapping into pattern recognition at an extreme level. Maybe he was extraordinarily intuitive. Or maybe, just maybe, consciousness is stranger than we think. Cayce once said, "Dreams are today's answers to tomorrow's questions." And whether you believe he was a prophet, a mystic, or simply a man ahead of his time, one fact remains. Too many of his visions came uncomfortably close to reality. So the real question isn't whether Edgar Cayce was psychic. It's this: what if the future leaves clues?